Welcome to Aspen Collective Gallery, 213 South Mill Street in the Wheeler Opera House. I'm here with Nicholas Ward.
Yep.
We are showcasing his original oil on canvas paintings and charcoal works. The show is titled Between the Real. And I just want to start by just mentioning our backstory. I saw Nicholas's work around town, part of the Aspen Public Art, and then saw his work at the Red Brick.
Yeah.
And Sarah Roy was generous enough to introduce us. And then we started talking about, collaborating and doing a show and really developed this exhibition. And it's beautiful.
Thank you.
And can you tell us just a little bit about the genesis of what you're showing here?
Yeah. So when I first started working on the show, I was thinking a lot about ritual and human connection and how even small things like making the coffee in the morning or tending to your goats or whatever can be a ritual with intention put behind it. But as I was working on that, I feel like the prevalence of AI in our daily lives has become just so much more present in the last 6 months since I've been working on this. So I think my mind was thinking a lot about that and about the quote that is, "Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic." And so as I was working on this, I was thinking a lot about that and like how these technologies, our phones, AI, et cetera, are this form of magic and we really don't understand it. And yet we like worship it in this weird way of like obsession and just how we treat it and give our attention to something. And so, I think I was just thinking about that in association with these rituals in this kind of stark opposite of technology and AI. And so,
yeah, and one of the things that struck me about Nicholas's work is he had this very unique style and kind of this color palette. One of the things that we talked about was like evolution and evolving your work and coming up with new things. And I think that this show actually has this kind of next level evolution. And can you talk about like the challenge of your growth as an artist and where it's going?
for sure. I think everything about being an artist is showing your work is this really intimate thing and can be very vulnerable. And so, pushing past this comfort zone into a new space can be really difficult. And you were definitely a big part in kind of pushing me along and encouraging me to chase some of, because I got all sorts of different sketches and some of really weird ones that you can see here in the show. And it's sometimes a little nerve-wracking to really chase after that weird idea and put it to canvas and then have it be a part of a show like this. And so,
for me, weird has always been kind of a theme in the shows that I curate, and freaky, weird shit. And I love it, but also with this connection to traditionality and painting history. And, there's this piece with 3 hands and this very cool triptych here where they're very similar, but in a lot of ways, each one is unique. Can you talk a little bit about this series and how that came about?
Yeah. So the initial inspiration for the actual subject matter was there's a painting, and I wish I could name the artist or the museum I even saw it in. It was years ago, but it was this image of this Russian soldier in World War II in front of this totally war-torn landscape. And that really stuck with me for whatever reason. And I wanted to do my own sort of iteration on that. And then like as I was working on it, I had 5 different sketches of this, of my version of this painting. And you know, I love them all. Like I want to, you know, chase what the repetition does to it. And so I did that. And through thinking about that, I was thinking a lot about how artificial intelligence, if you're like giving it a prompt and you're working back and forth with it, it slowly creeps further and further away from something that's recognizable and something that you can connect with as a human. It just, and so I kind of wanted to illustrate that in association with this show. And I think it's just kind of a funny, like the fact that it's of this Russian soldier that surely was a real person at one point. And like, I would love if they could come and see this, you know, they probably didn't even know about it being in a museum, you know.
Yeah, one of the things I love are your titles.
Mm-hmm.
Her mind moved too quickly and too slowly.
Yeah.
Each one has these great titles. The Lumbering Slumber, Toward the Sun, Gunning for Gold at the Turnbridge World's Fair. How do you come about your titles?
A number of different ways. Some of them are little excerpts that I enjoyed from a book that I'm reading, and I got a notes page on my phone that I keep kind of a running tally, and sometimes that's the inspiration for a painting in itself, and sometimes it's, you know, you're like, oh, what am I going to call this thing? And you scroll through and it's like, oh, that's perfect, or it's close, and you know, work with it back and forth. And I kind of think of it as kind of a form of poetry when you're writing and paying attention to these really, I mean, you as a writer, I'm sure know, like one word choice, like a different word choice, and particularly in like a setting like this, can make a huge difference in people's perception of what is happening. And so I kind of enjoy that process, and I don't know.
Yeah, well, it goes in line with kind of one of the things I've always believed is you never really want to explain too much. And when we talked about doing like a show panel and explanation and artist statement, we have all those things, but we also like the idea of kind of choosing your own adventure as the viewer, and being able to come up with your own story.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever that is, you know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder for whatever reason. But one of the things that I'm really honored to show your work is I've always thought you're kind of like an artist, and
Thank you.
You know, you studied at University of Denver,
mm-hmm.
and you were a charcoal artist. And we have 8 of these small pieces that actually are
kind of puzzle pieces.
Walk over here. Can we?
Yeah, they're all kind of puzzle pieces of a greater whole.
So each one is kind of looks like they're ripped up, but they combine. Did you do the whole thing and then rip it up?
Yeah, which was a kind of a funny, uncomfortable process, because, you know, you spend all this time on this piece, and it was just kind of a crazy idea that I had, but there's no testing testing out the concept, really. I mean, you can do some trials, but it was a little nerve-wracking going from a finished drawing to, all right, now I'm going to rip it to shreds and see what it looks like. But yeah, and it was fun to revisit some charcoal work, because I haven't done that in a number of years. So it was, yeah.
And when you think about your evolution as an artist, do you have an idea for what's next?
I'm really excited about I was actually talking about with Sarah last night about this and how there's some minute aspects of like circus happening in these pieces.
Yeah.
A lot of it, like this. I mean,
this looks like a circus tent.
Totally, and like the animals too can definitely be lumped into that. And I also think that, you know, this woman with 3 arms or 3 right arms, you know, it kind of plays into this like the freak show like realm within that. And so,
and also with AI, when people have 6 fingers.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's a great point. So I think I want to explore that further. I don't want to like go full on.
Come on, go with the weird circus.
Okay. I just need the encouragement. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's what I'm excited about exploring next. And I've got in my like eBay cart a whole bunch of vintage circus advertisement books and like history books and things like that I want to purchase and kind of dig into. And yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I don't know.
Well, it's a huge honor.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm honored to show here.
Yeah. And come by aspencollective.com. We'll look forward to another future exhibition of the Weird Circus. And keep an eye on Nicholas's work. It's incredible. And I also want to give a shout out to Shane Serrano, our amazing filmographer, who's capturing the history that we're making here at the Aspen Collective. And rock and roll.
Yeah, thank you.